What is making this water fall? What is moving this runner forward? If you think it's his legs, think again. Imagine running, feeling your body move under you, moving through space with the grace of a deer and the lightness of a cat, running for the sheer fun of it. Whether you're just out to clear your mind, elevate your spirits, or to develop a strong and healthy body, running is one of the best ways to get a great workout and a healthy dose of fresh air. You can be visiting your favorite sites, exploring new areas, or just getting your heart stronger. There's nothing simpler than putting on your shoes and heading out the door for an invigorating run. Hi, I'm Danny Dreyer, creator and founder of Chi Running. As an ultramarathon runner, I've found many ways to run efficiently and without injury. I love to run, but I don't like to get injured, which is one of the reasons why I developed Chi Running. Running is supposedly fraught with danger. Shin splints, sore muscles, hamstring pulls, and, the most infamous of all, bad knees. It's no wonder running has gotten such a bad rap. But after studying and teaching the mechanics of running for over 30 years, I can say without hesitation, it is not running that hurts your body, it's the way you run. Whether you're a complete beginner, a seasoned veteran, or someone who has been sidelined due to injury, Chi Running makes running a safe, relaxing, and enjoyable sport you can do for the rest of your life. What you will learn in this video has been proven to work for thousands of runners who are getting into great shape without injury. What was moving me along that trail in the opening scene? Gravity. Just as gravity is the force creating the waterfalls. This video, in simple steps, will teach you how to tap into that same unlimited source of power, as well as the deep power within your own body called Qi. For centuries, the Chinese have studied the flow of Qi in nature and practiced to cultivate the same flow within their own bodies. Qi is also known as life force. It generates movement in the physical world and is that which animates life. In many ways, Chi Running borrows the principles of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is the study of how Qi moves through your body. In Tai Chi, your movement originates from your core and moves around your axis, an imaginary line that runs vertically through your body. Don't worry, you don't need to learn Tai Chi to reap the benefits of Chi Running or to follow this video. The current trend in sports training towards using one's core muscles is just starting to scratch the surface of the body of knowledge the Chinese have been developing for over 3,000 years. Like yoga and Pilates, Chi Running has you moving from your core muscles while relaxing the rest of your body, including your legs. In Chi Running, you use your core muscles to hold your body in proper alignment so that you can lean and let gravity do its job. Once your core is engaged, your next job is to relax everything except your core so that no part of your body offers resistance to the pull of gravity. You're running with a lot more grace and speed with a lot less effort. Sound good? Let's get going. Posture is the cornerstone of the Chi Running technique and crucial to building strong core muscles. We begin with posture because it is the single most important factor in developing good running form. Running with your posture out of alignment can create tension, fatigue, discomfort, and even pain. Good posture is a straight line that runs between your shoulder, your hip bone, and your ankle. We will call this straight line your column. When your posture is aligned properly, your body weight is supported by your bones, ligaments, and tendons because they are lined up in a vertical line. Try this exercise. Stand with your best posture and walk in place by lifting your legs. Feel how minimal your muscle usage is. Now bend slightly at the waist and do the same exercise. Can you feel the increase of work going on in your quads and lower back? The further you get away from a straight line, the more work your muscles have to do. Here's how to work towards good posture. Step 1. Align your upper body and head. Straighten your upper body by putting one hand on your belly button and one hand just under your collarbone. Now lift with your upper hand while pulling down with your lower hand. This motion will straighten your upper spine without throwing your shoulders back and tightening your upper back muscles. Upper body alignment opens your chest and allows you to breathe more fully and easily. Here is Aga with her thumb and middle finger positioned just under her collarbone. She is resting her chin on her pointer finger, making a tripod. This will hold your head and neck in line with your spine, ensuring that you don't tilt your head back when running. Once the upper body is in good alignment, we align the lower body. Step 2. Aligning your feet. Check to see if your feet are parallel and hip-width apart. If your feet turn out when you run, it will aggravate your knees, because instead of your foot landing pointed forward, your feet will land pointing out, creating torque on your knees. To practice this when you're running, pretend you're running on a tightrope, with the inside of your foot lining up with the center line of the imaginary rope. Step 3. The vertical crunch. We'll align the pelvis to ensure your core muscles are engaged so that your column stays straight while you're running. I call this the vertical crunch. With feet parallel, put one hand just below your belly button. Put the back of your hand over your sacrum, just above your tailbone. Pick up your front hand and let the back hand remain in place, which will level your pelvis and engage your core muscles. The key here is to use your lower abdominals to pick up your pubic bone to level your pelvis. Don't drop your tailbone or clench your glutes. Step 4. Connect the dots. We'll now connect the dots between your shoulders, hips, and ankles. With your upper body aligned and your feet parallel, drop your chin and look down to see if you can see your shoelaces. If you can't, your hips are too far forward. To adjust your alignment, put your fingers on your hips and move your hips back until you can see the bows of your shoelaces. Then lift your head without moving the rest of your body. At first, this may feel odd, as if you're bent at the waist. However, you are now engaging your abdominals and holding your posture straight. Once you've confirmed that your column is straight, memorize the sensation in your body. Then shake yourself out and practice it 4 or 5 times until you can move right into a straight column. Practicing this every day will build strong core muscles and improve every aspect of your life, not just your running. Step 5. One-legged posture stance. Once you feel you've got the sensation of good posture in your body, stand with your feet together and practice the same exercise while alternately shifting your weight from one leg to the other. This will train your core muscles to hold your posture while your weight is supported by only one leg at a time. This is the one-legged posture stance. Let's review. Step 1. Use your hands to adjust and align your upper body. Step 2. Align your lower body by making your feet parallel. Step 3. Do the vertical crunch by picking up your pelvis in front, engaging your lower abdominals. Step 4. Connect the dots by looking for your shoelaces. When you confirm you have a straight column, memorize the sensation. Step 5. Do the exercise with your feet together while shifting your weight from one leg to the other. Leaning allows gravity to pull you forward. Leaning takes an immense amount of the workload off your legs and creates highly efficient running. The less you use your legs to push yourself forward, the more efficient of a runner you will be. Your lean is your gas pedal. If you want to run faster, you lean more. If you want to run slower, you lean less. With chi running, your speed has little to do with the strength of your legs. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The more you can relax your hips and legs, the easier it will be to run faster and more efficiently. The key to leaning correctly is to practice leaning from your ankles while keeping your lower legs limp. In terms of injury prevention, leaning is crucial if you want to avoid knee injuries. If you run upright, your heel will strike in front of your body, which is like putting your brakes on, creating impact on your knees. Step 1. Lean into a wall or a fence. Stand with your best posture in front of a wall or a fence. Stand one shoe length away with your feet together. Now relax your lower legs and fall forward, catching yourself with your hands. If your heels come up, you're not relaxing your lower legs. Your heels should remain in contact with the ground and your lower legs should feel relaxed. There should be no increase on the pressure under the balls of your feet. Just let go of any tension in your lower legs and let your body fall forward. Maintain good straight posture at all times. Pick up your pelvis in front if you need to. This will keep you from bending at the waist. Practice this until you can consistently maintain relaxed lower legs. Step 2. The one-legged lean. Do this leaning exercise while alternately shifting your weight from one leg to the other. This is the same as the one-legged posture stance, except that you've added a lean, which is what you'll be doing when you're running. Here you can see the difference between running upright and running with a lean. Let's review. Step 1. In the posture stance, stand with your feet together in front of a wall, one shoe length back. Then relax your lower legs and fall into the wall while holding your posture line straight. Step 2. Shift your weight from one leg to the other while repeatedly leaning. In terms of energy efficiency, it takes much less energy to pick up your feet than it does to push your body forward. In chi running, you will not be pushing yourself forward with each stride. In fact, you will be simply picking up your feet to keep up with your forward fall. Feel the difference between picking up your feet and pushing off with your feet. Run in place for 5 seconds. Now pick up your feet for 5 seconds. Now run in place for 3 seconds. Now pick up your feet for 3 seconds. Which would you choose if you were asked to do one or the other for 3 hours? Here's another way to feel what lifting your heels feels like. Start by shaking out your ankles to relax them. Stand with your best posture and let yourself fall forward. You'll notice that Chris didn't fall on his face, and I bet you didn't either. That's because he intuitively picked up his foot to catch his fall. In the chi running technique, you will learn how to pick up your heels. Your legs are needed only for temporary support between each stride, not to propel you forward. Step 1. Walking exercise. Keep your posture nice and tall and walk by picking your heel up over your opposite ankle. Now walk as you normally do. You should be able to feel the balls of your feet pressing against the ground. Now switch back to picking up your feet and feel how the ball of your foot is not pressing against the ground as much with every step. Walk this way for 20 steps, keeping your lower legs limp through every phase of your walking stride. Relax your ankles until you cannot feel the ball of your foot press against the ground. Feel how relaxed all the muscles in your lower legs are. Once more, go back to walking normally and you'll feel every muscle, ligament, and tendon in your lower legs tense up. That's a waste of energy. When you're running, your lower legs should feel the same level of relaxation as they do when you're doing this walking exercise and lifting your heels. Step 2. Wheels on your feet. The image you want to remember is that of pedaling a bicycle, where your feet are moving in a circular motion like wheels, instead of like a pendulum. Here Chris is running with his feet swinging. Here he is running, picking up his feet so that they move in a more circular motion, like wheels. Let's review. Step 1. Practice walking by picking up your heel over the opposite ankle. Step 2. Imagine your feet moving in a circular motion. Your arm swing plays a crucial part in the chi running technique. Few people know how to really make their arms work for them in a beneficial way. Follow these simple steps and you'll be swinging with the best of them. Step 1. Bend your elbows. Let your arms hang at your sides and bend your elbows at a 90-degree angle. A bent arm will always swing more easily than a straight arm. Don't pump your arms or you'll be wasting your energy. Step 2. Relax your hands. Relax your hands. Hold them with your fingers softly curled inward and your thumbs on top. Pretend that you just caught a butterfly and you don't want to crush it. Your wrists should be straight and not bent backwards. If your joints are tight, it means that your muscles are working more than is necessary. Step 3. Swing your arms to the rear. When practicing your arm swing, it's much simpler to just think of swinging your elbows instead of focusing on your arms. Swing your arms to the rear, not to the front. As your body leans forward, swinging your elbows to the rear creates a balance in the opposite direction. Don't allow your hands to fall below your waistline. The range of motion of your arm swing should be as follows. Your fingers should come back to your ribs, and your elbows should come forward to your ribs. If your arms swing forward, it will cause your legs to swing too far forward, creating heel strike. Shoulders should be low and relaxed as you swing your arms. Holding your elbows out away from your sides will create tension in your upper back and neck. Keep your elbows passing close to your ribs. Step 4. Don't cross your center line with your hands. Don't cross your center line with your hands. Your forearm should swing slightly across your body. But notice Natasha's do not cross her center line, which would create too much side-to-side motion. Let's review. Step 1. Bend your elbows at a right angle. Step 2. Relax your hands with thumbs on top. Step 3. Swing your arms to the rear. Step 4. Don't cross your center line with your hands. As you start your run, it is best to begin by being mindful of what you're about to do. You've been given all the pieces to the Chi running technique, and now here's where we get to put it all together. Step 1. Start with good posture. Always start by setting up your posture. Feel your column and connect your dots while standing so that you can remember it when running. Step 2. Bend your arms. Bend your arms to a 90-degree angle and relax your shoulders. Step 3. Start running. Let yourself begin running with a very short stride length. Your arms should be swinging gently behind you. Run so slowly that your breath rate hardly increases. Step 4. Feel your column. Once you begin running, pretend you're not running. Imagine that you're just practicing your posture stance and that every time your foot touches the ground, it hits at the bottom of your column, not in front of it. You should feel yourself hitting the ground with your midfoot, not your heel. Run this way for a few minutes and don't think about any other focuses or that you're even running. It's just you and your column. Now here's the 3-part process to engage gravity. Step 5. Connect the dots again. Every time your foot comes down at the bottom of your column, connect the dots, shoulders, hips, and ankles. Every time your feet hit the ground, you should have a one-legged posture stance. Keep a short stride length. Once comfortable holding your column, drop your attention to your feet. Keep your feet hitting where they are and allow the rest of your column to tilt forward, ahead of where your feet are hitting. Increase your tilt by only a small amount and relax into this new angle of lean. As you initiate your lean, keep your knees down and your lower legs relaxed. Bend your knees by letting your heels come up behind you. Remember, your lean is your gas pedal. If you want to run faster, lean more. If you want to run slower, lean less. Learn to feel what it's like to engage your lean. By noticing the slowdown, you'll see that you actually accelerated without using your legs to run faster. Repeat this exercise by alternately tilting forward and then letting off. Let's review. Step 1. Check your posture. Step 2. Bend your arms. Step 3. Start running. Step 4. Feel your column. Step 5. Engage gravity. Connect the dots. Drop your focus to your feet. Lean ahead of your foot strike. This drill teaches you how to run without pushing off with your feet. This drill is used to help you learn to pick up your feet without picking up your knees, which should always stay low. Step 1. Running in place. Stand in a good posture stance, keeping your column in mind. Hold your arms at your sides with your elbows straight and your hands holding on to the sides of your legs. Run in place by keeping your knees down and gently picking up your feet behind you. Get your shins parallel to the ground by bending your knees. Do not let yourself bend at the waist or lift your knees. Feel yourself landing on your midfoot, not on your toes. Every time you land on each foot, you should feel yourself in a one-legged posture stance. You should not be pushing off with your toes. It's just a heel lift and a knee bend. Keep your lower legs limp as you do this exercise. Repeat this exercise and try to relax your lower legs as much as you can. Step 2. Add a lean. Chris will begin by running in place as before, except this time he'll tilt his column while doing the exercise. Once you start running in place, drop your attention to the bottom of your feet. Add a slight tilt. Keep your feet hitting at the bottom of your column and then just let your column tilt forward slightly. Lean from your ankles and you'll feel gravity pull your body forward. Keep your lower legs limp while your heels come up. Step 3. Add on arm swing. Find a spot on the ground 10 yards from where you are starting. When you pass that point, relax your arms and bring your hands up to the standard arm swing position. Keep picking up your heels and visualize yourself moving along on a conveyor belt. Do this exercise as many times as it takes to feel the pull of gravity and the lift of your heels. Let's review. Step 1. Running in place. Step 2. Add a lean. Step 3. Add arm swing. Running in sand is one of the best ways to learn to run with limp lower legs. This exercise is good for learning how to pick up your feet while maintaining limp lower legs at the same time. Step 1. Walk across the sand. Find a flat place to run in the sand, such as a broad jump pit, a sand volleyball court, or the beach. Walk without dishing your toes into the sand while relaxing your ankles and picking your feet up. Take small steps. Walk across the sand a few times until you can leave nice, clean, flat, undisturbed footprints. Step 2. Run across the sand. Run across the sand with a very short stride while keeping your lower legs relaxed. Pick your feet up as you run. Don't push off or you'll leave craters. Again, what you're shooting for are clean, flat footprints. Keep running across the sand until you leave clean prints. Step 3. Run across the sand and onto a firm surface. Run across the sand doing just what you've been doing, and then continue onto a firm surface. Run as if it were another stretch of sand. Your footsteps should feel very light along the new surface. Let's review. Step 1. Walk across the sand, leaving clean footprints. Step 2. Run across the sand, leaving clean footprints. Step 3. Run across the sand and onto a firm surface. Your cadence will always stay the same, and as you pick up speed, your stride will lengthen. Your cadence is measured as the number of strides per minute that each leg takes. The recommended range of cadence is 85 to 90 strides per minute. In the chi running system, your cadence will always stay the same, and as you pick up speed, your stride will lengthen. By doing this, your body will get used to always running at the same cadence, no matter what the speed. If your cadence is below 85, your contact with the ground is longer and your legs have to support your body weight for longer. Conversely, if your cadence is over 85 strides per minute, you'll spend significantly less time on your feet, saving valuable energy. Step 1. Set your cadence. To learn cadence, the best place to start is with your arm swing. I've found it to be generally easier to keep a good cadence by watching my arms instead of my legs. My legs will naturally swing along with any cadence my arms are keeping. Step 2. Count cadence. Bend your arms to 90 degrees and let them swing in a small arc. If your arm swing is too big, you'll be working too hard. I use a metronome set at 90 beats per minute, but if you don't have a metronome, you can simply count off like a waltz. Right 2, 3, left 2, 3, right 2, 3, left 2, 3. This will give you a 90 count for each leg. Right 2, 3, left 2, 3, right 2, 3, left 2, 3. Step 3. Begin running. Keeping your arm swing steady and small, begin running with very short, relaxed steps while counting your cadence. If you're used to taking larger strides, you'll have to learn to relax your legs and use them less than you're used to. If you can run relaxed at a slow pace with a good cadence, you'll be able to run more relaxed at higher speeds. Let's review. Step 1. Set your cadence. Step 2. Count your cadence at 1 second intervals in 3/4 time. Step 3. Begin running while counting your cadence. Stride length is to running as gears are to a car or a bicycle. Here's a drill that will give you a sense of your body having a set of gears. For a more thorough explanation, please refer to Chapter 4 in the Chi Running book. When you're running slowly, you should have a short stride, and when you're running faster, you'll have a longer stride. With Chi running, your speed increases because you are leaning. As you lean more, relax your hips and legs. This way your stride will lengthen naturally. When you keep your cadence and increase your stride length by relaxing your legs, you'll increase your speed without your legs working harder. Here's a demonstration of cadence, gears, and stride length. My cadence will always remain at the same 90 strides per minute. As I lean more, you'll notice my stride lengthens and my speed increases, but my cadence always remains constant. Here I am running in all 4 gears while maintaining a cadence of 90. Notice the stride length and lean with each of the different gears. Rather than stretching muscles before a run, in Chi running, we loosen joints. If you do these joint looseners before a run, it will work wonders for creating a smooth and fluid stride. This exercise loosens your ankles and helps them to be relaxed through all phases of your stride. Put your toe on the ground just behind your opposite foot. Keeping your toe on the ground, roll your ankle around in circles by using the circular rotation of your knee to create the motion. Do 10 clockwise circles and then 10 counterclockwise. Switch legs and repeat the exercise. This exercise loosens your knees so that they are more flexible and less prone to injury. Place your feet together and your hands on your knees and move them around in clockwise circles, then reverse direction. Do 10 in each direction. This exercise is one of the best exercises there is for loosening the ligaments and tendons in your hips and pelvic area. This will help your legs to swing easier. Step 1. Stand up straight with your best posture stance. Step 2. Move your right knee in a clockwise direction. Keep your whole foot in contact with the ground at all times. Step 3. Do 5 practice circles and then return to your original posture stance. Step 4. Repeat with your left knee also in a clockwise direction. Step 5. Slowly do the full exercise with both legs moving in a clockwise direction. Start your knees going in circles by moving your right knee forward and your left knee back. This will get them each moving in their respective clockwise circles. When they come back around to complete the circles, you will be in your starting position. Step 6. Do 10 circles in each direction, then switch directions and repeat the exercise. This exercise really works to loosen the area around your sacrum, which plays a key role in allowing you to have a loose and relaxed leg swing. Place your hands on your hips, keep your back and spine in a vertical position. Tip your pelvis forward, to the side, to the back, to the opposite side, back to forward. Do 10 full circles and then change direction. When you get smooth at this one, it will feel like you're belly dancing. Keep your upper body as motionless as possible when you're moving your pelvis around in circles. This exercise works to loosen all the ligaments along your spine, which allows your core to work more easily. Stand up straight and then bend over at the waist, keeping your upper body posture straight. When you get as far over as your hamstrings will allow, stretch your spine in both directions by pushing on your hips and craning your neck at the same time. Hold this stretch for 5 seconds, and then soften your knees and flop over at the waist, and let your upper body just hang there. Bend your knees slightly, and starting with your tailbone, straighten yourself up 1 vertebra at a time until you are vertical again. Do this very slowly and repeat 3 times. This exercise works to loosen the ligaments in your upper spine and shoulders, allowing you to have a relaxed arm swing. Stand with your feet together and your posture as upright as you can make it. Interlock your fingers behind your head with your elbows out to the sides. Keep your hips in a stationary position. Rotate your upper body to the right. As you twist your upper body around, drop your right elbow and raise your left elbow so that your upper body is bent over to the side. When you twist around, look down and try to see your opposite heel. Hold this position for a couple of seconds and then return to your starting position. Do the same thing to the left side. Repeat this exercise 3 times. This exercise loosens your shoulders and upper body, which gives you a nice, relaxed arm swing. stand with your feet parallel and hip width apart. Then step back with one of your feet so that the toe of your rear foot is lined up with the heel of your forward foot. Keep your forward knee bent and your rear leg straight. Your weight should be a little more over the front foot than the rear one. Lean your upper body out over your forward leg, keeping your spine straight. Now let your neck, arms, and shoulders totally relax while rotating your pelvis clockwise, then counterclockwise in a back and forth motion. Keep your arms and shoulders completely relaxed and let them be swung by the rotation of your pelvis. Feel the twisting motion in your lower back. Let your elbows bend as they swing behind your body so that the swinging motion won't pull on your shoulders. Now take a step and repeat this exercise on the other side. In Chi running, every foot strike is an opportunity to be feeling your feet on the ground and your structure supported by the earth. Do this exercise before every run to get yourself grounded in your body and feeling the power of the earth beneath your feet. Stand upright with your best posture. Place your feet hip width apart and parallel. Soften your knees and let your arms hang at your sides. Feel your posture being straight and tall. Now put your attention on your dantian, the Chinese word for your center, located 3 finger widths below your navel. At the same time, drop your attention to the bottoms of your feet and press your big toes softly into the ground. Now, connect your dantian to your feet with an imaginary line and let your feet support your dantian. Hold this for 30 seconds. It'll feel like a long time, but remember, it's worth every second if it leaves you feeling grounded. If you have access to one of those large stability balls, here's a great exercise to help get your body in the right alignment for the grounding stance. Start by holding the ball in front of your body with your arms wrapped around it. Soften your knees and let the weight of your body sink into your feet. Take a body snapshot of your position and the physical sensation connected with it. Now drop the ball while holding your body position. Next, relax your arms and let them fall to your sides without disturbing your body position. This is the grounding stance. Here's what the grounding stance looks like in motion. Subtract the right leg and tilt the runner upright, and there you are. In Chi running, every time your foot hits the ground, there's your grounding stance. Here are a few suggestions to make learning Chi running easier for you. Take it easy. Don't feel like you have to learn this quickly. It's not meant to be learned overnight. You're basically rewiring your nervous system, so be patient but persistent. Be consistent with practicing the focuses. Try to remember to do something every day to practice one of the focuses. For example, you can be remembering your posture at all times, no matter what you're doing. Work on one new focus at a time. Pick one of the focuses and hold it in your mind to practice during your workout. If you have a countdown timer on your watch, set it to beep at 1-minute intervals. Then, while you're running, alternate between focusing and not focusing for 1 minute. If you need further clarification on any of the points we covered in this video, I suggest you refer to the Chi Running book, which is available on our website. It has very thorough explanations and diagrams for all the focuses in this video, and much more on other subjects like race training, injury prevention, diet, and lifestyle. Or contact us. We'd love to hear from you. We want this to be something that you enjoy for the rest of your life. From all of us at Chi Running, we hope this video will start you off to a future of many years of injury-free running.
For a few people on the planet, running is easy.
There is nothing like it to get you really in touch with yourself, with energy moving through your body, with, just feeling alive.
But for most people, running is more difficult or painful. Some people think it's even out of the question.
I've had so many people come to me that said, I quit running, or I don't like to run, or it hurts, or I used to run and I don't now, or I'd like to run but I'm afraid of it. And I just say, it doesn't have to be that way.
54-year-old Danny Dreyer will tell you he is not a gifted runner, even though that's pretty hard to believe when you see him out running alongside someone who's more than a decade younger. But Dreyer says he used to spend more time nursing injuries than running races. Then he figured out a way to run that takes very little effort. A way to run, he says, without using your legs. And now Danny Dreyer is out to prove that running can be an injury-free sport.
If you're doing it right, it is so natural. It's like deer run, humans run. We've run ever since humans were on the planet. There's no reason to be injured when you're running unless you're doing it incorrectly. Running is like so natural to the human body. Why should it be something that injures you? Straight line.
Over the last decade, Dreyer has developed a training method he calls Chi Running. It's the combination of running and a form of martial arts called Taichi, which is focused on natural movement, relaxation, and balance to gain strength.
When you're moving along an axis and you're moving from your center, there's much less work that needs to happen with the rest of your body. A lot of what I'm teaching people is how to run relaxed with Chi Running. It's how to run using the pull of gravity, relaxing your legs, not letting your legs be a barrier to your forward motion.
And that's the core of Chi Running, Dreyer says. Relax, let your body do what it was built to do. Leave stress, strain, and injury behind.
Every time I land with my heel out in front of my body, there's a force coming this way. My feet are stopping my forward momentum because they're landing in front of my center of gravity. So all that force is coming up into my leg. My body's moving this way, the track is coming this way. My knees are what is the go-between, okay? So that's why people get bad knees from running with a heel strike.
According to statistics from the Sports Injury Bulletin, some 16 million runners get injured every year. Many have to quit running altogether. 32-year-old champion runner Chris Griffin was almost one of them.
I've been running for a number of years and had gotten used to the fact that some point throughout the year I was going to get injured.
After years of winning races, Griffin nearly quit altogether last fall. But then he read an article about Chi Running and decided to give it a try. Griffin says he had no idea that less than 1 year later, he would be running the fastest races of his life.
I've gotten significantly better. Not only without injuries, but I've set records in all my distances, even just 2 days ago.
Griffin says more importantly for him, his injuries healed, and his life in general is simply better now.
It gets you in touch with your body. I think so many of us are out of touch with our body, that this is a fun way to do it, and you get in shape while you're doing it, and there's a whole philosophy behind it as well.
I turned 40, and I decided I have got to get a grip and get into shape.
Peggy Murphy says she was never a runner. She didn't like it and didn't know why anyone else did either. But when she turned 40, she wanted to lose weight and knew that running would do the job fast. But with just a few miles under her belt, she got shin splints, her knees and hips hurt. Running seemed to be ruining her body. Then she met Danny Dreyer.
He basically trained me to run Chi Running, and all my injuries started to disappear. And all the fun of running was what I could focus on then, and the health benefits.
Now 20 pounds lighter, Murphy says Chi Running has helped her get in the best shape of her life.
Once you hit that magical place where everything's easy and it becomes like a dance, that's when you really gotten what running's all about.
Dreyer now has a book out on chi running and teaches thousands of people how to run injury-free for the rest of their lives.
Is if your feet turn out when you run, when you go.
And this is what chi running has done for him. He's finished in the top 10 of more than 40 ultramarathon races, 50 and 100 miles long, after turning age 45. And he's done it all without a single torn muscle or strained ligament. No injuries at all. You see, for a few people on the planet, running comes naturally. For the rest of us, there's chi running and the inspiration of Danny Dreyer, whose goal now is to teach everyone he can that the path to true health and happiness is easy and takes just one simple step at a time.
To me, running is so incredible to me, why I love it so much. Because when I'm into a flow with my running, my spirit comes out, period.
And chi running for me is about avoiding injury, having pleasure when I run, and maybe, if I hang in there, getting a little faster. That's what it's about for me.
Well, this program just started for me, but I took his program last February. Liked the idea. When I heard him say he was going to do a marathon program, I said I'm going to go there. So I've run 3 marathons, and I'm looking forward to my 4th with Danny, with less pain and a lot more efficient and a faster time, and I'm excited.
I was always sort of forcing my running from the quads and forward with my legs. And my approach to life's been pretty much like that. And what I've learned is if I come from my core and breathe abdominally and have a better sense of my posture and balance, and the energy is out the back, it's much more effortless and it's injury-free, but more important, I'm really having fun with it. I'm grinning more, and that's what I've found in chi running.
Chi running to me is a very well thought out scheme for running and to keep from being injured. I think that what he talks about is all about letting gravity do the work and taking the strain off your body. I think that Danny's a really good teacher. He's very succinct, he's very clear in his instruction, and his descriptions of what he wants your body to do are very clear. One of the things he said was, imagine that there's a bungee cord attached to you right at the breastbone pulling you along, and I find that very helpful in my running.
Chi running is a great way to run, so you feel really good after running. And I picked up my speed. I did a half marathon on Sunday, and I was 20 minutes faster than I was in the only other half marathon I've ever done. The thing I really like is I feel like I'm being graceful while I run, because I'm using all my Pilates and yoga background of good posture, good form, and I'm just being graceful is the best word I can say, and I feel very good after I run.
My name's Bruce Mitchell. I first met Danny Dreyer probably a year or 2 ago. I'm a several-time marathoner and triathlete, and chi running, I think I see great potential. Tremendous concepts, absolutely seem correct. Basically, it's all about running more efficiently, using your body to help you not hurt you, using gravity to help you be more relaxed, use less energy. It's really fantastic, actually. Maybe someday I'll run a sub-3-hour marathon.
And I met Danny when he started teaching classes at NASA, and I had just gotten back into running after about a 15-year absence from running because I was having knee problems. And it's a great way to prevent injuries and allows me to run for the rest of my life and not have to take any time off again.
Chi running has allowed me to get back out and run again when I thought I wouldn't be able to. I was at a point where I thought I had to give it up. When he showed me the chi running method, which is taking the impact and the injury out of running, it was literally like I was reborn, or I got a new lease on life, because I felt like now I can run for the rest of my life. Anybody out there who's had an injury and thought that they had to quit running forever, you don't have to. This can turn it around. This can get you back out there. So I love it. It's great.